Good evening, councillors. My question is to Council Leader Dan Swords. It's regarding devolution and local government reorganisation are the two biggest issues faced by councillors across the county, and you will imagine they would want their constituents to be aware of the possible changes. The government produced a consultation about the devolution in Essex, which ended in April. I noted that many councils across the county, including Essex, Uttlesford, Epping Forest, Braintree, Chelmsford, Thurrock and Tendring, all had an article about on their website and direct links to the government's questionnaire. Contrasting to this, the Harlow Council had nothing on the website, not a word in Harlow Times. Why did Harlow Council not help publicise this important consultation?
Thank you for your question. The Council's communication team did support the cascading of the relevant Essex County Council and government information, both on online platforms and in hard copy in places such as the Civic Centre and libraries. Do you have a supplementary question?
I do.
Very good.
So you're saying in your answer, that in your reply, that you didn't put it on in Harlow Times or on the website. You expect all Harlow residents then to find out by going on a website or coming to the council offices, and a lot of people haven't got the ability to do that. So how do you think the residents will be able to find information about this?
Okay, so to tackle the Harlow Times, the most recent edition of the Harlow Times was published and printed before the government's consultation came out, so it would have been a tad difficult to put it within that. I think the other thing which I mentioned earlier is this was not something done wholly by Harlow Council. In fact, it wasn't a council consultation, it was actually a government consultation. So the government and the county and Harlow played its part. As I said, there were places such as, there were other places. So I'm perfectly content that as far as possible the government disseminated its consultation and the council here played its part in that. Which takes us on to item 5, which is again from you, Mr Leverett, if you'd like to read your question.
Yes, some councils have already provided estimates of what they expect the cost of devolution and local government reorganisation will be included in firing and hiring of staff. I would expect council leaders across Essex to have provided such estimates when carrying out the costs and benefits and analysis of proposed changes. Can you tell me what your estimates to this figure will be in Harlow?
If you just turn the microphone off.
Sorry.
Excellent. Essex Authority is currently working through an extensive process of data collection, validation and assessment, which is being supported by specialist advisors. As part of this work, Harlow is working through an options appraisal process that's considering various configurations and numbers of potential unitary authorities. These assessments consider several factors, including but not limited to scale, financial sustainability, localism and growth forecasts. Once this process is concluded, it will then be possible to project the transitionary costs associated with the establishment of a proposed configuration, which would be informed through service design, operating cost projection and workforce mapping, among other elements. Ahead of this work, it would not be useful to attempt to provide an accurate projection, as the multiplicity of factors that will inform it are yet to be fully assessed. As these details become clear, further updates will be provided to Cabinet. Do you have a supplementary question? Yeah. If you just turn the microphone back on.
Are you aware of a timeline for this to, eventually to have a proposal put forward?
Yeah, so in terms of business cases being submitted to government, that is for September. But the one thing, and I'd suggest it about a number of your questions, is there are so many unknown factors that you expect there to be answers to at present, which there simply are not. Even when those business cases are submitted to government, they will not determine the configuration, the size, the scale, the services that are being delivered, or any of those things. So the time frame in terms of business cases going to government are September, and then hopefully within a few months we should have a decision from government, and that will determine the time frame thereafter, configurations, all of those sort of things. But actually, in terms of the questions that you ask about savings or not, as the case may be, and cost differences, I would humbly suggest you will not know that for years to come. And actually, whether any of those things are played out to be true, but that's well above my pay grade.